Hello YouTube, how are we doing today? I'm starting off my RB1 deck profiles with my favorite deck from RB1. Not the best deck, but the most intricate and my favorite personal deck out of all of them. The Diarbitmon Angoramon Green Bunny deck profile. The deck can do a lot of cool things with memory, suspending Digimon. It has skip your opponent's turn stuff in there. It's a pretty cool deck, honestly. And we play a lot of cards that really bring out what the deck does. It can get some unfair wins sometimes, and that's really fun. It's also super consistent, so that's very nice to see. I'm going to show you guys my deck profile and my tech cards in the deck. What do you think about the deck? Let me know in the comments, like and subscribe. Turn the notification bell on the smashed potatoes, that way you know when all these amazing Digimon videos go live. We start with the eggs, which are 4 copies of Bolsamon. This is the revision pack printing and not the printing that came out in BT10, because the BT10 version did not have that once per turn clause there when it should. Once per turn, when effect suspends a Digimon, this Digimon gains 1000 DP for the turn. Nothing crazy, but it's the on-theme egg and we play it, and 1000 DP is fine. Not really any other egg I'd want to play. So 4 copies of it is fine, in my opinion, nothing too crazy there. For our rookies, we're playing 4 copies of Angoramon. Angoramon, this is the one from RB1 where you play it, real top 3 cards. You add a card with Angoramon in its text. Very specific little verbiage there. Basically, all hands on deck with what that card can grab. And 1 Ruli among them, bottom deck the rest. It's just your own play, grab a Digimon, grab a Tamer, hopefully. And that's it. And then all turns, when your opponent has no unsuspended Digimon, it gets 1000 DP. Usually a lot more controllable on your turn, but occasionally comes up on your opponent's turn. Don't forget, one of the boss monsters in the deck is a blocker, so extra 1000 DP does definitely come up from time to time. We're playing 4 copies of the Angoramon that you get in that tournament pack that one time. It has no effect, but an inheritable, it says when attacking once per turn, if you have a Ruli in play, gain memory. This is part of the combo, well, not really, I guess a combo. It's part of the package that allows you to easily pass the opponent's turn and then bring it right back to your turn. It's a pretty good card. You'll love to see it. And then our final rookie, 4 copies of this Angoramon. This is the one we got in BT10, where if you play Green Tamer once per turn, draw a card. And then the inheritable effect once per turn, when your opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, draw a card. So you're just drawing cards a lot with this card, and it helps you with your consistency, so that's pretty cool. You'll love to see it. Now we're going to move on to champions. I think the best champion in this deck is the 4 copies of the Simbare Angoramon from BT10. No effect by itself, but inheritable when an opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, gain a memory. That sounds pretty fine. You know, you ideally want one, either this or the other Angoramon in the stack, the one that gains memory, so that you have just enough memory that when you do the thing, you don't pass over turn. So you want either that or a tournament pack Angoramon in stack in order for you to do your things and your stuff. Then our secondary champion are 4 copies of the RB1 Simbare Angoramon. This one, when digivolving, sorry, if you don't have a Ruli, you play one. We've seen that on a lot of cards lately. That's just the way it goes. So it just plays your Ruli for you if you don't have one. And then all turns again, if they have no unsuspended Digimon, against 1000 DP. Again, not a bad card to have in your stack, especially if you're ending on the blocker or Diarbitmon. Pretty good card. And then just one more champion to kind of flesh it out. I thought about a green hybrid, but I settled on the Simbare Angoramon. This one has jamming and all turns 1000 DP if they have no unsuspended Digimon. The reason why it's not a hybrid is because of the next ultimate card I'm going to show you. It's 4 copies of Lamortmon. This is the Lamortmon you get in BT13, and it's crazy good. Its ability is a main hand effect, so it activates in hand during your main phase. If you have Ruli, by placing a Simbare Angoramon from your hand as one of your Angoramon's bottom dissolution cards, that Digimon digivolves into this card for a cost of 3, ignoring digivolution requirements. So it effectively lets you warp a rookie Angoramon into Lamortmon there. Now, the reason why I play the 9th Simbare instead of a hybrid is because of that. Because I've drawn the hybrid before, and not a Simbare Angoramon, and I lost games because of it. 2 games. And I wasn't waiting for strike 3, I changed it. If you want to play a green hybrid, I do recommend it. You probably should. But I just wanted all my champions to be Symbaroum and Goromons, and that's what that's all about. Its inheritable is also very strong. Well, this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon by battle. Trash the top card opponent's security stack once per turn. So you're burning security with this card once per turn. And that's very nice. You'll just see that. And then our secondary ultimate is 4 copies of the new Lamortmon from RB1. When Digivolving, this Digimon gains Piercing. That's pretty strong. And then if a Digimon with Angoromon in its name, if an Angoromon is in the sources, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, which it always will be. So basically you evolve, hopefully you promote a Symbaroum Angoromon from the back, you evolve into this, it keeps your turn, you suspend something, and then you evolve into one of your boss monsters and you start running amok. That's basically how that goes. And now, let's talk about the boss monsters. We are playing 4 copies of the Diarbitmon that comes in RB1. So this 4 cost to evolve 12k Mega has Blocker. It has a when Digivolving and when attacking effect. Neither once per turn, by the way, you can just keep doing it. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, if your opponent has no unsuspended Digimon, gain a memory. That's pretty strong. Considering most people don't really go wide unless you're playing like Buffamon or something, it's going to be really easy to get that memory gain effect, which is good. And then all your other inheritables that activate, or effects that activate while they have no unsuspended Digimon, activate. So just gaining memory on this and all your other ones, like the 1000 DP or whatever. And then what makes this card really shine is the end of your turn ability. One of your Digimon with Angoromon in its text may attack an opponent's Digimon. And this is something that you can just do again and again if you want to. And you just keep attacking things, and it's very strong. It has to attack a Digimon, so that's pretty good. That's pretty fine. And it can just, you know, clean up after you suspend a few Digimon, which is really cool. Card is really, 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 really powerful. And it's one of the big boss monsters. That constant memory gain back, by the way, that's not once per turn, is one of the reasons why this card can just clear boards out of nowhere. Really good against going wide decks to a certain extent, and it's fun against stacked decks too. Now, the real reason I'm playing this deck is because of this bad boy, this Diarbitmon. This is the promo that Japan got in something for some reason. And I was worried we weren't getting it in the set, but we are. So I like this card a lot better than the other one. It's cost 3 to evolve. That's only 11,000 DP, but that's fine. When it's evolving, suspend 2 of your opponent's Digimon. That's pretty cool. And then all turns once per turn. All turns, by the way. When opponent's Digimon deletes an opponent, when one of your Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, if Angoromon is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, unsuspend one of your Digimon. So you can basically attack multiple things with this card, or whatever, because it's when one of your Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon battle. Not often will you have 2 stacks simultaneously, but again, you give this thing Piercing, a little bit of DP boost, and it pops off. And it's pretty strong. So, yeah, I like this promo a lot. It also just cleans up for you pretty easily. And it's pretty cheap. And that's it. Pretty good card. Now. We do play one more Digimon in this deck. And it is 2 copies of Quartzmon. Yep, big bad Quartzmon. It wouldn't be a green deck without it. And it can evolve for 6 on your Diarbits. Suspend everything, gain a memory back for every 2 cards, and then burn security when attacking equal to the number of every 5 spent cards on the field. Card is stupid. It's a literal win con by itself. I have definitely had turns in this deck where, like, you evolve Promo Diarbit that turn. It has Piercing because of freaking thing over here. Drop the Quartzmon. Oh well. The Piercing one from RB1. So you're doing some damage. You're burning a security through the Diarbit, the Ultimate's effect. And then you evolve into Quartzmon, and you've done a little bit of damage that game already. That's enough to win the game outright by itself right there. Because this unsuspends, by the way, so we can attack again. Yeah, Quartzmon's just crazy. And there's nothing wrong with playing Quartzmon Control either. Quartzmon Control is pretty good. I'm going to pick up this card so I don't forget about it later. There we go. Now we're going to move on to the Tamers. The best Tamer in the deck is the one that came out of RB1. It is the 4 Rulies. And my Rulies don't want to stay on the table. That's unfortunate. There we go. Rulie. 3-cost Tamer. When one of your Digimon digivolves into a beast, animal, or sovereign, which you will always be doing, You can suspend this tamer to reduce the dissolution cost by 1. Makes your stuff cheaper. Pretty good. That in tandem with a memory tamer memory boost, with both those, lets you do whatever you want. It's pretty crazy. Then end of your turn once per turn, you may unsuspend one of your Digimonth and Goromon in this text. That obviously combos really well with the RB1 Diarbit, because you unsuspend at end of a turn, it can attack again, and blah 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 blah. Card is very strong, very powerful. Now, this might be a little bit questionable, and I've seen varying degrees on this next card, but I'm playing a 1 copy of the 3-drop Ruli, the one that gives you 3000 DP if you have any Goromon attacking by suspending it. I think you need 1 copy of this for the magic numbers in this deck. You know, Royal Knights exist in the format, Alphamon exists in the format, Quartzmon exists in the format. These are all things that you don't want to die to security. So Ruli will help you do that. Ruli is just really, really good. Now, I've seen some people play 2. And I was playing 2 for a while, but deck space is super tight, so I cut down to 1. And the 1 has been fine. Like, I've had no issues with 1 Ruli. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. Last Tamer is 1 copy of Mimi. Mimi's pretty good. Mimi's Memory Tamer. Mimi lets you additionally hatch an egg or promote an egg if you have a 5 or higher. Mimi's very strong. We love Mimi. Mimi's great. Alright, 5 cards left in the deck, and this is going to be pretty simple. We play 4 copies of Green Memory Boost to gain 2 memory later and search a card, and then 1 HPD because HPD is at 1, and that's that. And that's that. That's the deck profile. That is Diarbitmon, the deck profile. I really like this deck. It is so intricate, and you can just keep making it your turn, and that's really, really funny. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about my deck, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye. Bye. Bye.